Hey, what's up guys? Before I start the video, I apologize about the background noise. My neighbor is power washing stuff and has been for a couple hours now, so I like to do the video before the sun goes down, so I guess I just have to deal with it. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I'll try to speak a little bit louder. But anyway, today it's a beautiful day out, and I decided to stop at the store on the way home because I wanted to do some grilling. And instead of getting the normal, burgers and hot dogs or steak or chicken or something, I want to do something different. So one of my favorite foods when I go out to eat, like an appetizer, is jalapeno poppers. Now, I'm not going to be, coating these and frying them, but I figured I'd do a grilled version. Now, I've never done this before, and I had no recipe, but I kind of went by, what I've seen before. And a lot of times what you see when people grill these is basically some kind of stuffed jalapeno, usually stuffed with cheese. And then it's wrapped in bacon and then just slowly cooked on a grill. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I have 3 different cheeses here. I have feta cheese, I have cream cheese, and I have cubed Swiss, which might seem like a weird combo, but I already had the feta in the house because a lot of times I eat feta on salads, and the Swiss was on sale, and I figured cream cheese is pretty much a staple for stuffed jalapenos. So I'm going to do that kind of trio together. It might be funky, it might be good, I don't know, we'll see how it comes out, but that's just what I have. So I have those 3 cheeses, and I have just some run-of-the-mill cheapo bacon that we're going to be wrapping them with. Fresh jalapenos, which are very, very cheap. I got this whole pack. There's one more that I put aside because I'm going to do a video on just eating the jalapeno for, a kind of heat, pepper type video. We'll see what that's about another time. But anyway, it was 88 cents for all these, fresh jalapenos, so they're pretty darn cheap. Knife I'm going to be using today is the Spider Coast Salsa, appropriate because it's green, and it happens to have a pepper on the front. But I just recently got this in a knife trade from Quality Knives. She made this cool lanyard for it. And I traded her a flashlight and the Orange Endura, which I originally got from her. But I just got a message not too long ago saying that she never got the package. So, darn post office, I'm going to have to wait and see if it doesn't work out and she never gets the package. I might have to just send this right back to her. But hopefully I'll be able to at least do a review. I have been using it for a while now. But if she never gets her stuff, I have to make the deal right. So I'll hook her up with something or send the knife back if I can't work something out. But anyway, for today I'm going to be using it for this little cooking demo. So, what I have here is a couple bowls here just to hold stuff, a garbage bowl to, once I cut the peppers open, to get the seeds and stuff out. We're also going to be taking out the membrane, which holds a lot of the heat. I'll go over that in a little bit. But basically, peppers, whatever you're going to be stuffing with it. In this case, I have 3 types of cheese, bacon, and pepper. You don't need salt because the cheese is always usually salty, particularly the feta cheese. So, anyway, that's it. First step I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make the stuffing. So let's put the peppers off to the side here. Don't need the bacon right now either. Well, actually, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up the cheese. Like I said, this is just cubed Swiss. So I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces. It doesn't have to be super tiny. But we're going to be mixing this, so we don't want them too big. And yes, I did clean the knife, of course, before I started cooking here. Also washed my hands, something you always want to do before you touch people's food, whether it's your own or for someone else. Just always nice to be working in clean conditions. So yes, I am cutting the cheese, ha ha ha. But anyway, I'm excited to try this. Like I said, I've seen this done many times, a lot of tailgating stuff, but I've never actually done it before. So you can really stuff this with whatever you want. I mean, generally it is stuffed with cheese, but I mean, you could flavor it any way you like. Okay, those pieces should be small enough. It's all going to melt anyway. So that's going to go into a bowl. And then the next step is I'm going to add a little bit of feta cheese. Again, just kind of crumble it on. Use Spoon here. It should be good. Feta cheese is kind of strong, so you don't want to use too much of it. Otherwise it'll overpower the taste of the other stuff. So put that off to the side here. Then we're going to get some cream cheese. Now I picked up the whipped cream cheese because it's just going to be easier to work with. If you have the regular cream cheese, you might want to throw it in the microwave for a couple seconds just to soften it up. This way you can actually mix it up with all the other ingredients. Anyway, I don't have a whole lot of pepper, so I don't need too much of this stuff. And we're basically going to carefully mix this all together. Alright, I'm going to throw in some pepper right now. This is a medley, different kinds of peppercorn. Put a good amount in here too. Mix that up a little bit more. Now what's cool about using the different types of cheese here is that the cream cheese will melt with a lot lower temperatures, but the Swiss is going to take a little bit more to melt. So inside will be the different kinds of cheeses will actually have different textures, but it'll all be nice and creamy and sweet. So let's see what's next. Alright, so here's our dip. Put that off to the side. Gonna prep our peppers. Put the cream cheese away. Don't need that anymore. This is going to be our garbage bowl. First thing I'm going to do is just grab one pepper at a time. I'm just going to show you one of these, and then I'll skip through and edit the video to show you them all done. But of course I want to show you how to do this. Take your fresh jalapeno pepper, and we're just going to be slicing off a part of the side here. Just like so, just to kind of open up the cavity here. You can actually, we'll save this and we'll dice this up and put it in the cream cheese when we're done too, just so we don't waste the peppers. But you want to open it up just enough so you can get to the seeds, okay, in the membrane. Now as I start scraping this out, you'll notice that there's the inside part that's white. It's not the meat of the pepper, but it's the membrane. That's what's going to hold all the heat. So if you don't like jalapenos because they're too spicy, by removing the membrane and the seeds, you're going to dramatically lessen the heat of the pepper. So you'll have all the flavor, but very, very little heat. So I'm just going to use a butter knife for this. Just get in there, scrape it all out into a bowl. And you'll see this is the membrane here. It's what the seeds are connected to. So if you don't want heat, take that out. And we're just kind of hollowing this out. It's not really rocket science here. Pretty much it. Just hollowed out. I'm just going to give you, I'm going to show you how to do one of these, then I'll go back and do the other ones. But once you have your pepper hollowed out, we're going to come back over here. We're going to take our filling, or stuffing, and we're going to shove it in there. And you want to pack this as tight as you can. I'm actually going to let it leave a little over the top here, just like this. Okay, so there's our pepper. Then we're going to take a piece of bacon. Well, I'll just show you that right now real quick. Then when I'm all done, I'll go back and I'll just do these for the rest of them. Of course the camera just died, But anyway, all I did was take a single piece of bacon and just wrapped it. I started on one end and just wrapped it around the whole pepper. What you want to do with the bacon is just make sure that it's completely covering the opening with the cheese. This way, as it cooks and it melts, it won't pour off into your grill. It'll actually be contained in the pepper. Because ideally, when it's all done, you want nice crisp bacon, but then when you bite into it, all that cheese to like kind of ooze out. If you miss that spot and it oozes out on the grill, you'll just have a bacon covered pepper, which is still not bad. It's just not the goal here. So anyway, this is what it looks like. It's just wrapped up. I'm going to continue making these. Once I'm all done, I'll start the grill and I'll turn the camera back on and show you the next step. Got all my peppers prepped up here, and you're looking at my grill right now. I have 2 out of the 4 burners on high, just on the middle. I'm going to put these on the outsides, and then I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. You don't want to put it directly on the flame, because what will happen is the bacon will cook up and burn before the pepper can actually cook on the inside. You want the pepper nice and soft and all the cheese melted and everything. So anyway, the grill's ready to go. It's been warming up. And here's what the peppers look like. All prepped up. All I did was hit it with a little bit of black pepper on the outside, which you guys didn't see. But anyway, so you can see just the 2 burners in the middle going. I'm going to place these on the outside. 5 on the left and 5 on the right. So a total of 10 peppers. So just going to lower the heat a little bit. And shut the grill. Just let these guys cook up. I'm going to check this. I'm going to come back in about 5 to 10 minutes and just see where they're at. And eventually you're going to be, turning them so it cooks the other side of the bacon as well. But you're kind of getting the oven effect. Now towards the end, you could put them directly over the flame if the bacon isn't quite crispy yet, or if it's kind of somewhat uncooked, just to finish it off. But we'll worry about that later. So I'll get back to you in a little bit. Alright guys, it's been about 8 or 9 minutes or so. So I'm going to take a look at these guys. And it looks like everything's starting to cook, which is good. I see some cheese pouring out some places. Like over there. Ooh, that's not good. So, I'm going to rotate them around a little bit. Just kind of turn them over a little. Some are doing good. Like I said, your main purpose here, there's 3 things you're trying to do. Soften up the pepper by cooking it, brown the bacon so it's not raw, and keep as much cheese inside as possible, which isn't always easy. Now, a quick little side note, you could use toothpicks to hold these together. I know some people do. I just didn't bother. I mean, they're holding together somewhat. You can see this when the bacon's coming off just a little. It's not really a big deal. But anyway, like I said, just rotating these around, and you're going to let these guys continue to do their thing. And then I will get back with you in a little bit. Alright guys, this small one's done, so I'm going to test this one right now, because they look darn good. I'm starving. But of course, the second I turn my camera on, the neighbor decides to start pressure washing again. So, sorry about the noise. Anyway, here's what it looks like. Keep the stems on, just so you have something to hold it by. So I'm going to cut this guy in half. I want to use a sharper knife because the salsa I have, even though it's sharp, it has been my EDC knife. And it's starting to dull up a little bit. So I don't want to mangle the whole thing and smush it. So I'm just going to be using the cold steel kitchen knife here. So, let's cut this in half. See what it looks like on the inside. Looks good. So, down the hatch it goes. Wow, it's still hot. Wow, that tasted really good. The cheese mixture for me was really good. I think it'd be better if there was like a shredded jack cheese, or sharp cheddar with the cream cheese. But I was using what I already had. It was really good. Things I would do different next time. The cheese, on a couple of the bigger ones, I did start losing a lot more cheese, which stinks. I would wrap it up better. I might use toothpicks in the future if I do this ever again, just so that they hold together a little bit better instead of falling apart. But overall, I'm very happy with it. Turned out to be great. Because I removed the seeds and the membrane, there's literally like no heat at all. It's kind of like eating a bell pepper. I mean, although you get the jalapeno taste. So here's the other half. I'm just going to eat this, obviously not the stem, but just give it another bite. Wow, it's really good. Alright, well, overall I'm very happy with it. The peppers themselves, this little one was perfectly tender. I'm going to have to see how the big ones come out. I don't want them like crunchy, I want them actually cooked and soft. But like I said, this is the first time, trial and error. Next time I will tweak it a little bit and do some things differently. But overall I'm very happy with it. So I thought I'd share my experience, first time grilling jalapenos. So if you guys have recipes of your own for doing jalapenos on the grill, let me know. Of course, all video sponsors are welcome. Figure it's summertime most places. It's time to be grilling. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.